Learn how to see, realize that everything connects to everything else. Time stays long enough for those who use it. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts, never fears, and never regrets. I have been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Being willing is not enough, we must do. Once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward, for there you have been, and there you will always long to return. The artist sees what others only catch a glimpse of. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. It had long since come to my attention that people of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things. Study without desire spoils the memory, and it retains nothing that it takes in. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. One can have no smaller or greater mastery than mastery of oneself. He who loves practice without theory is like the sailor who boards ship without rudder and compass and never knows where he may cast. The mind that engages in subjects of too great variety becomes confused and weakened. Patience serves as a protection against wrongs as clothes do against cold, for if you put on more clothes as the cold increases, it will have no power to hurt you. So in like manner you must grow in patience when you meet with great wrongs, and they will then be powerless to vex your mind. I have offended God and mankind because my work didn't reach the quality it should have. Every now and then go away, have a little relaxation, for when you come back to your work your judgment will be surer. Go some distance away because then the work appears smaller, and more of it can be taken in at a glance, and a lack of harmony and proportion is more readily seen. He who wishes to be rich within a day will be hanged within a year. Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. A painter should begin every canvas with a wash of black, because all things in nature are dark except where exposed by the light. There are three classes of people: those who see when they are shown, those who do not see. The acquisition of knowledge is always of use to the intellect, because it may thus drive out useless things and retain the good, for nothing can be loved or hated unless it is first known. Painting is poetry that is seen rather than felt, and poetry is painting that is felt rather than seen. Principles for the development of a complete mind: study the science of art, study the art of science, develop your senses, especially learn how to see, realize that everything connects to everything else. As every divided kingdom falls, so every mind divided between many studies confounds and saps itself. I have from an early age abjured the use of meat, and the time will come when men such as I will look upon the murder of animals as they now look upon the murder of men. While I thought that I was learning how to live, I have been learning how to die. Iron rusts from disuse, stagnant water loses its purity, and in cold weather becomes frozen. Even so does inaction sap the vigors of the mind. Marriage is like putting your hand into a bag of snakes in the hope of pulling out an eel. Everything comes from everything, and everything is made out of everything, and everything returns into everything. An arch consists of two weaknesses which, leaning one against the other, make a strength. Blinding ignorance does mislead us. Oh, wretched mortals, open your eyes. One has no right to love or hate anything if one has not acquired a thorough knowledge of its nature. Great love springs from great knowledge of the beloved object, and if you know it but little you will be able to love it only a little or not at all. All sciences are vain and full of errors that are not born of experience, the mother of all knowledge. The function of muscle is to pull and not to push, except in the case of the genitals and the tongue. Therefore, O students, study mathematics and do not build without foundations. Vitality and beauty are gifts of nature for those who live according to its laws. The discovery of a good wine is increasingly better for mankind than the discovery of a new star. Medicine is the restoration of discordant elements. Sickness is the discord of the elements infused into the living body. Art is the queen of all sciences, communicating knowledge to all the generations of the world. The lie is so vile, that even if it were in speaking well of godly things, it would take off something from God's grace, and truth is so excellent, that if it praises but small things they become noble. He who does not understand the supreme certainty of mathematics is wallowing in confusion. Painting is concerned with all the 10 attributes of sight, which are darkness, light, solidity and color, form and position, distance and propinquity, motion and rest. It is an acknowledged fact that we perceive errors in the work of others more readily than in our own. I roamed the countryside searching for answers to things I did not understand. Envy wounds with false accusations, that is with detraction, a thing which scares virtue. If you call painting dumb poetry, the painter may call poetry blind painting. If you do not rest on the good foundation of nature, you will labor with little honor and less profit. Instrumental or mechanical science is the noblest and above all others, the most useful. The sun gives spirit and life to the plants and the earth nourishes them with moisture.